Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. For today, Duke here is going to be reading a review of the Toy Story 2005 DVD off of this website I found called DVD Dizzy. Very interesting read.
Yes, for those who don't know, who don't know what Toy Story is, it is the first computer animated film from Disney and Pixar, directed by the former employee of Pixar, John Lasseter. The DVD was first released in 2001, while the VHS was released in 1996 and Halloween, October 29th, and was later re-released again as a gold collection in 2000. But when I think in around May 1st, 2003, Toy Story 1 and 2, the original DVDs were in the Disney Vault. But then in 2005, they decided to bring it back as a 2 disc special edition. And the first one being the 10th anniversary edition of Toy Story, which I happen to have right here. Um, I won't be showing the previews, but I mean, I wish I would, but at the same time, I can't because I think if for those who have seen my channel or have subscribed to my channel, I've done the previews already. I've done them already. But today we're just going to be reading what we have in from this article that Jack has sent to me. So this is going to be very interesting. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, so this is by Luke Bonanno. This review has taken nearly 3 weeks for me to finish. It's about Toy Story is one of those handful films that I've seen countless times, and in which I cannot find any fault. The idea of writing something new and brilliant for a movie on which so much has been written has dealt me quite the dilemma. Furthermore, I decided I can't take the cop out route, and I did face with a similar situation when reviewing The Lion King and other stuff. And yeah, I get it. All right. The actual plot of the film. By now, chances are you all about Toy Story, the first feature-length film animated entirely on computers, created by the Pixar Animation Studios and co-funded, aided, and distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. This clever production tells a tale filled with comedy, drama, and adventure from a toy's point of view. The interesting premise here is that toys come to life when the owners are away. The setting is the bedroom of Andy, voiced by John Morris, an ordinary young boy who has a caring mother, Laurie Metcalf, who some people may know her as Jim Hawkins' mother, Sarah, in Treasure Planet as well. A truly younger sister named Molly, and no shortage of playthings. Okay. The various toys in Andy and Molly's room range from tacky to cool, vintage to modern. When the children are elsewhere, the toys themselves play. They even work as their first scene shows them taking care of administrative duties at a type of staff meeting where they have assumed assorted roles. Atop the toy hierarchy is Woody, voiced by two-time Oscar winner Tom Hanks, a pull-string cowboy who has long been Andy's favorite and currently is looked to as a leader among his kin. Among the most vocal of his counterparts are the quick-tempered Mr. Potato Head, the fidgety green dinosaur Rex, Stretchy Slinky Dog, observant Piggy Bank Ham, who has since became Pixar's good luck charm. They're referring to John Ratzenberger, semi-romantic interest, Porcelain Lamp Doll, Bo Peep, and the commanding plastic army figure Sarge, voiced by the late Arlie Ermey. The most pressing matter for Toy seems to be his family's immediate relocation to a nearby neighborhood, but another move puts them in a teasy early on. Andy's has pushed up his birthday party to today In other words, not in the real world. The real world. While birthdays and holidays generally offer feelings of happiness for children and their families, they create quite a different sensation for toys. Paranoia spreads as many of Andy's possessions fear that any wrapped package accompanying the party guests could be a replacement and in turn signal a thoughtless send-off for them to a garage sale or Goodwill box. Amidst the chaos, Woody maintains his composure and, as is apparently standard operating procedure, a pack of green army men parachute downstairs to scout the scene, using a baby monitor to report on any present for among Andy's numerous and mostly unthreatening acquaintance is Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Tim Allen, star of Home Improvement, also the star of Santa Claus. A high-tech space ranger action figure who comes boxed in a spaceship. Keep in mind, and actually, fun fact, in real life, Thinkway Toys and Pixar actually made a toy Buzz Lightyear where he was actually packaged in a box. But that's going to be for another video. Anyway, with that being said, back in the topic, Buzz boasts a laser light, which is a light bulb that blinks, that Woody pointed out, glow-in-the-dark compatibilities, expandable wings, which are just plastic, once again, that Woody pointed out, karate chop action, and a slew of crisply delivered catchphrases. In short, he is one cool toy. The joy that Buzz brings Andy creates much anguish for the quickly supplemented Woody, as Andy's room transforms from its rodeo theme to an intergalactic motif, complete with Buzz Lightyear poster and bed sheets. Furthermore, Buzz seems completely oblivious to the fact that he is a toy. Around the others, he uses official-sounding spacey talk and is constantly trying to get in touch with Star Command, while everyone else seems unfazed by their exciting pal's apparent delusions. Woody grows increasingly annoyed, or should I say, jealous. Likewise, even the most reliable of his friends seems bedazzled enough by their new roommate to overlook the cowboy's plight of an envy and despair. Woody makes efforts to have Andy pick him rather than Buzz for an outing to Pizza Planet, but in the process, he knocks the shorter spaceman out the window by accident. Behind Mr. Potato Head's finger-pointing accusations and quick to dishonor army men, Andy's other toys turn against their former friend. This sets up the remainder of the film, where the old-fashioned lawmen and new-age spacemen are on their own in a new world, forced to get along with each other to survive. Their adventures take them to the Kids' Paradise Eatery, Pizza Planet, and the toys' nightmare world of destructive next-door neighbor Sid Phillips, with every twist of peril providing humbling experience and subtle lessons towards understanding one another. All the while, Woody and eventually Buzz yearn to reunite with their owner and fellow toys before Andy and company leave town. That seems to be the interesting plot. Now, let's see what else it says here. If you were not among the hordes of moviegoers who caught the film in its theatrical run and have somehow missed it in the years since, you're in for a real treat when you finally discover Toy Story, for it being one of the most excellent movies ever made, marked by no shortage of endearing characters, writing that is both wise and witty, and unprecedented visuals unloaded to the brim within jokes. Together, this winning combination holds out a standing invitation for you to revisit again and again, over and over and over and over again. It is perhaps the most rewatchable film in cinema's history, and it actually really is. 30 years to the day. Presenting a rare instance where knowledge of almost every line in every scene does not deter one's enjoyment in the slightest. Besides, there is always a new angle for Image to newly observe on each return trip. Pixar's debut film boasted a story and characters so rich and endearing that I would argue that there hasn't been an animated film since to outdo it. The film's look is dazzling, but it's always used to serve and advance the story. Pixar's storytelling efforts are the real foundation for the wizardry, even if the animation gets the kudos and acknowledgement from many. We have seen plenty of visually potent films with nothing or not enough to back them up. See Disney's Dinosaur, for instance. That is simply not the case with Toy Story or any subsequent Pixar film. We can now look back 30 years later and credit Toy Story with single-handedly changing the face of animation. To some degree, it's quite true. The film launched a medium accepted and embraced by the public, and when follow-up efforts from Pixar and its chief replicator, competitor, DreamWorks came a full 3 years later, they proved that computer animation was here to stay. If you don't count AI-generated art, we don't in term. Today, the CGI comedy is almost a certain blockbuster, a fact that has driven some studios, including Disney, the longest running and most reputable, away from traditional animation. The results have not always been golden, and this current trend seems both short-sighted and bound to be short-lived. Nonetheless, the endless value of Toy Story appears to be anything but short-lived. With its status as rated G, family and sharp, generally funny comedy, it's truly a universally pleasing masterpiece. It's smart, original, and displays a timeless flair, which makes one wonder how the story went untold until 1995. Now, as I've already gone into more detail than most would say is needed, let me briefly wrap up with two particular aspects in which the film is particularly outstanding. One of the qualities of Toy Story which amazes me the most is just how much is packed into what is just over 80 minutes with end credits. The resulting effect is that every shot has a potency which sticks with you. Another area where the film's creators deserve endless credit is that Pixar's movie-making intentions seem pure and noble. The characters are quite literally products, but one never feels a particular drive towards commercialism. Such a trait would have easily undermined the entirety of the film, and the makers gladly avoided any temptation to go down this path. Surely enough, countless items of merchandise related to Toy Story have been sold in 10 years, or should I say 30, and there's a fold-out insert inside the DVD's case to promote tie-in products. But the movie exists to tell a story, and that story is infinitely charming. And if you wouldn't get a Buzz Lightyear for Christmas of 1995, or Christmas of 2009, if you want to count one toy I'm talking about, it is because the makers of Toy Story had far loftier and artistically admirable aspirations. This Toy Story DVD represents a fifth way in which to purchase this film on DVD. The movie was first released into the format in October of 2000, qualifying it as one of the first long-awaited catalog DVD titles. In its debut, the film was exclusively packaged alongside its blockbuster sequel, Toy Story 2, line on extras with a $39.99 SRP, a jam-packed 3-disc set entitled The Ultimate Toy Box, and March 2001, single-disc individual releases for both movies were made available, which carried $29.99. And so on. That fall, the same week that Monsters, Inc. burst into theaters, Disney released a DVD 3-pack with Toy Story 1 and 2 again, contained in a 2-pack and the gold collection of A Bug's Life. In May 2003, all of the Toy Story the duology of Toy Story, I should say, and videos have all headed back to the Disney Vault, just like what I mentioned a few minutes earlier, thus making the Ultimate Toy Box a rare, highly sought treasure for DVD collectors and a lucrative market for international bootleggers. Well, if you don't count the Ultimate Toy Box movie collection on Blu-ray with Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, even in just over 2 years, the discontinuation was enough to create substantial demand for those wanting to own the Toy Story movies on DVD. And for those wanting all of the bells and whistles of the Ultimate Toy Box without paying 3-digit prices, this 2-disc 10th anniversary edition re-release recycles most of the Ultimate Toy Box delightful bonus features while adding some new ones and upping the ante of it on its already acclaimed audio video presentation with a higher buy rate and new remastering efforts. Similar treatment will be bestowed upon Toy Story 2 when it was released as a 2-disc special edition on the day after Christmas in 2005. Let's see what else is there. Video and audio. Yep. 177. I'm just gonna get to the main event. We're gonna get to the bonus features for both discs. So disc 1, we have if I look at the back, I have it says right here that there's Legacy of Toy Story, which is a featurette. All of those appearing are lead cast members Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, the director's Brad Bird, the director of The Incredibles, and Hayao Miyazaki, who delivers only a brief subtitled anecdote, whatever that is. Helmers of cinematic spectator George Lucas, or some people may know in Star Wars, and surprisingly, the self-lit Peter Jackson. Disney's go-to film historians Leonard Maltin and John Canemaker and Roy E. Disney, and wow, many more. Finally, there's a feature-length film audio commentary with Andrew Stanton, Pete Docter, Bill Reeves, the late Ralph Eggleston, Ralph Guggenheim. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Bonnie Arnold, and of course, the director himself, John Lasseter. It's the same audio commentary which appeared on the Ultimate Toy Box, which was ported over from the 1996 Laserdisc. Laserdisc? I never knew that. Okay, the language subtitle tracks are also available in French and Spanish. Selecting one of the knobs in a menu screen reveals the disc's lone Easter egg, the Buzz Lightyear toy commercial, which appears in the film to crown the deluded spaceman. And it was in contrast to its preferred full-screen presentation on the Ultimate Toy Box, where here it appears in 16:9 widescreen, framed within the main menu television's setup. As in the case for most bonus features, subtitled in English, French, and Spanish are now offered. The filmmaker's 39-second intro from the previous release is not. At the start of the disc, and here comes the previews that I was just about to mention. At the start of the disc, standard serving of Disney Sneak Peeks play. While what distinguishes this batch is the first preview, a 2-minute look at Pixar's next and potentially last feature distributed by Disney, that being Cars, hosted by director John Lasseter, and is more encouraging that the debut teaser that was met with some skepticism when it played in front of The Incredibles in theaters and on DVD. The first trailer for December 26th Toy Story 2 DVD, which in quote unquote perfect for that holiday gift card, and the standard Cinderella Special Edition promo follow. And that's before we got to the menu screen. Keep in mind, guys, that if you own the 2-disc special edition of Toy Story 2, you will know that you will get a preview for Cars, right? But it's not a 2-minute look, unlike the first one that you have in Toy Story 1. It's actually a theatrical trailer. So yeah, so it's a theatrical trailer for Cars. It's not the behind the scenes look with John Lasseter, and that's it. Let's see. But we're not done with previews. There's more on the way. We have the sneak peek. The sneak peeks hold additional previews for the theatrical film of Disney's overhated and most controversial Chicken Little, October's Tarzan Special Edition, and Studio Ghibli films on DVD, which stouts Howl's Moving Castle and My Neighbor Totoro coming spring 2006, followed by Lady and the Tramp Platinum Edition, an unreviewing first spot. Platinum? Special edition? Platinum edition? What's the difference? And then we have Old Yeller 2 movie collection. I thought it was just going to be a 2-disc special edition of the first and original Old Yeller. Disney, you're confusing me. You know that?
I think actually, I think I accidentally skipped over the where he describes the intro, with John Lasseter.
Oh. First, we got a 60-second intro from director John Lasseter, who, as now can be expected, is clad in a loud Toy Story-themed Hawaiian shirt, surrounded by a wealth of Pixar toys. He welcomes you to the disc, briefly touting its strong points as he became a norm for Pixar DVDs. Well, that seems like most all of the previews for disc 1. Now let's head on over to disc 2. Now, I've heard about disc 2, but even when I owned a 2-disc DVD of a Toy Story, I never got to disc 2 with the bonus features. I just see the movie. I just see disc 1 with the movie, and that's it. I did the same with The Incredibles. Unless I did with Finding Nemo and the Monsters, Inc. recently, which you can check out in Jack's channel. Boy. Disc 2 for Toy Story 10th Anniversary. I'm not so familiar with it, but I'll see what we have in store. The first supplement on Disc 2 is the Making Toy Story. I almost said the Making a Toy Story. It's a general featurette which calls archival production and interview footage primary of Pixar animators. Not to be confused with the story behind Toy Story from Disc 1 of The Ultimate Toy Box that ran 7 minutes longer and not presented here. Making It Behind share a fair amount of material with John Lasseter and other crew members, but the new version loses a lot on the voice cast, only featuring Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, and everything dealing with Disney animation and its use of computers over there. The making lacks the narration and resultantly feels less promotional, less redundant with the rest of the disc, and more geared towards a DVD audience accustomed to viewing the behind-the-scenes material. But by contrast, The Behind was broadcast as a TV special and was tailored to a general audience. Why create a new piece for old material rather than simply porting over the full 27-minute featurette from The Ultimate Toy Box? I had no idea about that. I don't know if it's just me because I wasn't even born in 2000. Anyway, back to topic. I prefer the Toy Box's longer piece, even if only for the clips for Disney films and the voice cast members like the late Jim Varney and Wallace Shawn at work. This article is giving me interested on getting the Ultimate Toy Box, even though I didn't really like the original 2000 DVD of Toy Story. Next is the compelling new featurette, Filmmakers Reflect, which 4 key members of Pixar's creative team sit down together and reflect on a unique and unconventional way that Toy Story was brought to the screen. Oh, this is interesting. The 4 recall their challenging experiences of working with Disney, a disastrous screening that led to production being shut down, and their research trips to toy stores. Well, if you don't know what they're talking about here, guys, They're talking about one of the most controversial shorts that, or one of the most controversial things, or one of the most controversial scenes that luckily was never made it to the original Toy Story. And that was when you look at the 2010 Blu-ray, it's called Black Friday, aka the Toy Story you never saw. Now, the story behind the Black Friday reel is that it's the original screening, and it was really disastrous because when you compare when Woody pushes Buzz out the window in the final version compared to the Black Friday, you're gonna see some slight differences. And this being said, that Woody is actually an absolute a-hole and jerk in the original screening from 1993. He literally later then tells off everyone, causing everyone to turn their backs on him, including Slinky and Bo Peep as well. Crazy, right? Those two who believed in Woody don't believe in Woody anymore. It's like, what? Okay, then. Yeah, there. I said it. Too soon? Well, on the bright side, for those who have Disney Plus, we don't have the Black Friday in Toy Story. Or do we? All right, let's not get. Okay, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Well, that explains it. I mean, on the bright side, we don't have that. Anyway, back to the topic. We have deleted scenes. These follow 18 minutes and 50 seconds, including 2 old intros, deleted animation, and abandoned sequences. Sections of the Ultimate Toy Box merged and accounts for the intros. The brief, partially animated Torture and Rain excerpts, 2 alternate openings, one featuring Buzz's TV show and the other a Western showdown between Woody and Andy. And then we also have the story reel for Woody's Nightmare. Really? There's going to be Woody's Nightmare sequence in Toy Story 1? What happened to the one we saw in Toy Story 2? I don't want to know what that is. With that being said, rounding out this portion are 3 entirely new scenes. Eastern Gate is a quite amusing nighttime encounter between Buzz and Woody, who are partially voiced by both Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Shakes the Rattle provides an odd warning about Sid's house from a slightly off squeaky tiger rattle. Is that a scrapped character for Toy Story 5 or what? Nope. Never seen it. Anyway, we have Sid's Comeuppance, which provides an alternate take on the film's climactic scene, which plays with the subtlety of a poor after-school special. Oh, yes, the original version of the Play Nice sequence that we all know. Oh, I never seen that one before. I mean, I was about to say I never seen that one before until just right now. Anyway, the disc's 4th listing, Behind the Scenes, makes up the largest portion of the DVD and almost entirely recycled from the Ultimate Toy Box. One new piece listed on its own is the brief but decent designing Toy Story, which members of Pixar's design team, like the late Ralph Eggleston, followed by Jeff Pigeon and Bud Luckey, recall the process of finding a visual style for the film and its diverse cast of characters and locations. It's more interesting than it sounds. The rest of this portion closely resembles the different Disc 3 areas of Toy Story. What? Disc 3? Never mind. Production art accounts for much of the missing content, but some animation, featurettes, and all text-based sections are all missing to get all together. The biggest change in this department is that art galleries have been somewhat liberally trimmed and converted to slideshows. Likewise, trailer galleries have been converted to reels. Obviously, not every missing still is a great loss, but there was some pretty interesting stuff that does not appear here. Design provides the lightened galleries, such as slideshows, no longer require remote control use, or major characters. Several have grouping together, and sets, filming locations, three-dimensional tours of 4 sets and turnarounds of a slew of characters also offered. Under color, there is the featurette designing color, ported over from the toy box, which was originally called Designing Toy Story. Here, plus slideshows for concept art and color scripts. Story holds Joe Rams, rest in peace, Joe Rams, by the way. Energetic pitch of the storyboarded Green Army Men sequence, which runs 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Wow. You got away scot-free with not having a 666 timestamp there. Don't you there, Pixar? Too soon? Okay, I'm getting way too ahead of myself again. Anyway, a story reel sequence depicts Woody and company's introduction to Andy's new toy, Buzz. Lastly, a split screen comparison of the final act sequence, The Chase, is presented. Production offers a brief production tour. Different than the one we have seen in Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo. I don't think I got around to that. Explaining the different stages of color animation, a multi-angle progression, in which again shows the chase sequence in 3 different stages. Layout tricks, I should say, detailing various shortcuts taken to create a desired visual effect. An animation tour hosted by Toy Story 2 co-director Ash Brandon, and a self-explanatory multi-language reel depicting Buzz's first bedtop encounter with Andy's toys in a large number of foreign tongues. Foreign tongues? You mean the one I have that you can barely see in my mouth? Wait, that's all out of context. What am I saying here? Anyways, once again, Music and Sound includes another bonus features, which is a music being the end credits version of You Got a Friend in Me by Randy Newman and Lyle Lovett. This appears to be a new edit of the original music video, as the floating artwork that appears on the menus is shuffled with some clearly dated footage of Newman and Lovett recording the song in the studio. This section also houses the fascinating Gary Rydstrom hosted featurette Designing Sound, with effects-only demonstrations, a consolation prize since no full track is offered, and 17 and a half minutes of song demos from Randy Newman, the 3 numbers that made it to the film, and 3 work-in-progress tunes that didn't. Publicity is one area I always find interesting. This maintains one of the toy box's 2 Buzz and Woody's character interviews with John Mulhane. And we have 2 theatrical trailers and 4 TV spots, 2 hours and 8 minutes. Are TV spots really 2 minutes? I thought they're only Wait. I get it. 30 seconds plus 30 seconds plus 30 seconds plus 30 seconds. Oh, I get it. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was just gonna be 3. I thought they're only. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, 4 TV spots are just 30 seconds each, no longer individually accessible except by skipping characters or chapters, and highly operated slideshows of posters, including some print ads and toys and stuff. Okay, then. Wow, that was something. Anyway, the last extra listed, or should I say the second to last extra listed, is the Claw game. Basically acts like the machine from the Pizza Planet scene of the movie, which you navigate where the claw moves and drops down. Depending on what you pick up, you may be treated to a short clip of the toy you just won. After a long time of playing around with this, I think I only encountered 3 different reward clips, which are diverting on a first viewing, but not so much on repeat victories. Scattered all of disc 2 menu screens are stars like Sheriff Woody's. Clicking any of these will play a brief series of Toy Story treats, which interstitials that Pixar animated for commercial breaks for ABC Saturday morning cartoon lineup in 1996. Although not all of the original film's original voices, such as Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, return, and the writing typically centers on a simple gag, these are often amusing little bits. From the still Disc 2 index menu, clicking on the star brings up a list of 13 entries and a play all option. Each entry holds a collection of the shorts rather than completing a listing of all 52 individual Toy Story treat shorts that adored on Disc 1 of the Ultimate Toy Box. The whole bunch runs 13 minutes and 13 seconds, and again, 13 sounds very, very different, but I'm going to get to that far. And I counted somewhere around 45 treats. At least one appears to be only listed as an Easter egg on an Easter egg index, and several appear to be trimmed a bit. Either way, they are presented in better fashion on the Ultimate Toy Box, where they were arranged in random order as opposed to the theming here, which gets somewhat repetitive. Still, as one of the most memorable, and unique bonus features, the Toy Box Les should be quite pleased at their inclusion. Wow, that's a lot of talking here. Where was I? Oh yeah. This is an interesting thing to know for the article. What's missing from the Ultimate Toy Box? Are you done?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, my dad's in here, and sorry. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, it's done.
Where was I?
I think you're going to talk about the menu. I think you're going to read about the menus.
Oh yeah. But first, we have something that's missing for the Ultimate Toy Box, but I wouldn't get to that quick. I want to get to this quick. So it looks like we have some of the bonus features that never made it to the 10th anniversary edition. And this being October 2000's 3-disc Ultimate Toy Box that has not been restored. Pixar's 1988 short Tin Toy. Really? You didn't add Tin Toy in this 10th anniversary edition, Pixar? I mean, on the bright side, I didn't want to see it because you know how creepy that was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we also have the sound effects only soundtrack. Oh wait, so you mean the entire film with only sound effects? I don't think it's on my 2-disc DVD. Is there? I don't even think so. I don't know. Anyway, 2 text-based original story treatments for 1991 and 1993 with John Lasseter. 1 of 2 character interviews with Buzz and Woody, featurettes. Many stills of arts and photos. Early animation test, production notes, biographies of the cast, text sections, special effects test footage, 7 render bugs, and supplement discs intro, and early animation test, which I already know what that was. And now this is something that you were just going to talk about earlier. Menus and packaging. As with the Ultimate Toy Box and other Pixar DVDs, the fully animated menus are admirably themed. Ain't that the truth? Because think of it this way, Jack. Fully animated menus are always the best thing about the early 2000s DVDs. Whether you would grew up with the Incredibles or Ratatouille or most of all Monsters Inc. or any other Disney film like Treasure Planet, Lilo and Stitch, or no Fox DVDs like Ice Age or Robots or X-Men or Aliens, or should I say the Alien Legacy, the Alien Quadrilogy set. Those fully animated menus are actually very, very well made. I really appreciate those screenwriters. No, the animations or the studios themselves, Pixar or Fox or Disney, to actually have a lot of effort to do this and to take things to a whole nother level. And the only bad thing about the DVDs nowadays is that why do you stop doing all these fully animated menus? They're just so fun to see, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Disc 1's menu opens with Buzz about to make a flying exhibition after first uttering his catchphrase, and then it cuts to a montage of scenes from the film which appear on the TV in Andy's film in front of those oohing little green aliens from Pizza Planet. Question, Pixar. Where did they come from? Didn't Andy had 3, if I can recall? No, wait. Yeah, he had 3, if I can recall correctly. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Pixar. Don't tell me it's plot convenience. Anyway, back to topic again. Each sub-menu features a transition to a different screen. Scene selections appear on Andy's wall, with the little green men making efforts to change the channel by bouncing, standing on top of one another, or even using the remote. And, as if you might expect, if you delay in choosing something, like you're just standing on the menu screen watching all of the scenes, those squeaky aliens begin to question your stage agency, which is something I don't see every day. Disc 2's menus, rather, are much different than Disc 1, but are also inspired. Each features a busy montage of production artwork pertaining to the various sections. For instance, storyboard sketches float around the deleted scenes section, and so on. If you take too long to select something, the green aliens again rise from below to check on you. All of the menus offer excerpts from Randy Newman's score or instrumentals of the songs. As with Disc 1, a sample still index is also offered for one wishing to browse the disc in its entirety on one page. While the floating artwork design is nice, it does lack the creativity and diversity present in the Ultimate Toy Box's supplement disc menus, which emulated everything from Buzz's wrist panel to Pizza Planet's entrance and claw machine. I don't think anyone buys DVDs just for the menus, but this pleasing collection is a small step down from the toy box. I don't even know what's it like if I bought the toy box collection instead of the 10th anniversary. I'll have to see. I don't know. As you probably expect, the 10th anniversary edition comes in a standard with black keep case, which is housed in a cardboard slipcover. Those with a Pixar section in their DVD collection will gladly notice that this packaging matches the initial printings of other currently available DVDs, such as The Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, Incredibles, though they may not be easy to score with slipcovers anymore. And Monsters Inc. never featured one. Inside the case is a savings booklet, with the now outdated coupons for $3 off Incredibles and Toy Story 2. There is also the aforementioned fold open four-sided insert, which promotes all kinds of Toy Story movie merchandise like books, apparel, party goods, and of course, toys. Most importantly, though, is an 8-page DVD guide booklet. The front of the leaf features the whole gang on what would have probably made a nicer DVD cover. Opening it up, you'll find a letter from John Lasseter toting your newly purchased DVD, accompanied by what is basically an ad for the set. A 2-page map of the set's 2 discs drawn on Etch a Sketch, for a 2-page overview of some important new bonus features, and of course, a list of scene selections. I don't think they mentioned car. I don't know. I don't think they mentioned anything about cars on here, did they? Because I don't have the insert anymore as a kid. Because I threw it away as a kid. Anyway, we're back to the. Anyway, we're getting close to the conclusion, and we're gonna have the closing thoughts, and then we're gonna also have some closing thoughts on ourselves too, because we came a long way around for Toy Story releasing 30 years. For those who missed out on previously buying Toy Story on DVD, or who understandably but foolishly opt for the cheaper, lightweight individual disc or 2-pack, Disney Pixar have put together a wonderful thank you for your patience with this new, highly pleasing 2-disc and 10th anniversary edition, with picture and sound that are truly exemplary, with substantial bonus features which will interest even casual supplement fans. As a movie which soars as high as the best cinema has ever offered, you simply cannot go wrong with the solid re-release of a positively delightful film. Those with that treasured Ultimate Toy Box in the collection, which me and Jack don't own, already own one of their finest DVD sets ever released and may well want to hold on to it. The 10th anniversary edition's feature presentation does improve a bit upon the past releases of the film, but just how invented such improvements in picture and sound will depend squarely on the size and power of your home theater equipment. As for the past DVDs for Toy Story left little room for enhancement in most areas, even with the higher bit rate and generally welcome handful of bonus features, and with the necessity to double dip relies upon how much value you place on the film and the new sets, various editions. If a completist inside you opts to pick up the set as its reasonable release date discount pricing, you'll likely want to still keep the toy box, if only for the worthwhile extras for that set, which have not been ported over there, such as the Tin Toy Short, animation featurettes, more expansive art galleries, original story treatments. And we don't talk about the Black Friday reel, the sound effects only track, and the making of documentary that has been unfavorably advertised. Now, I don't own the toy box, unfortunately. I mean, if you come to think of it, I think I kind of heard about the sound effects only when someone actually decided to post clips of the movie on YouTube. And I hope they don't. And I hope they actually don't get blocked by copyright because of copyright trolls and COPPA being their thing. But back to topic for the last time. Of course, the entirely unacquainted should pick up this fine DVD release without hesitation. I could not recommend either the film or the digital presentation more strongly, even in the odd absence of some previously offered supplements. Wow. Well, already 2025. We came a long way around. From Pixar having the almost disastrous results to, what can I say, to a most successful film. What can I say? I give props to Pixar. I can't believe I could even think of how they went from being a disaster, almost a film being to a disaster, to the most successful films of all time. And that is something that we all known and loved. And the Woody that we all known was initially going to be, oh no, I hate him so much. I don't know why he did this. To, oh my gosh, I like him so I like him. He's the best character. I love Tom Hanks. Wow. What could I say? I would not love Toy Story if they actually had the audacity to just keep Woody being such a disgraceful jerk ever. Such a disgraceful jerk. And Buzz being like, well, a short fry kind of a thing. A short fry. Oh, wait. I just made a reference to the Toy Story 2 short small fry, didn't I, Pixar fans? Well, you get the coincidence. Anyway, with this being said, I would not love Toy Story if they kept the Black Friday real. Won't you? Won't Katie and Ian?
Probably not.
I would not. I would not either. But hey, we got to think. Well, even when, surely enough, even when, surely enough, though, even though John Lasseter has been like, he was fired from being at Pixar due to some allegations which shall not be mentioned. I have to give props to him and everyone at Pixar to actually make such a successful movie of all time. Even when that movie has a budget of $30 million, $30 million, it actually made something more successful than something that Food Fight will ever have. Like, to think that it has 65, to think that movie has 65 million, to have even though the movie had went all the way in development, heck, compare this to Toy Story. Toy Story, yes, Toy Story had a few nitpicks, they had a few ups and downs along the way, especially to that terrible screening in 1993. We came a long way around. Toy Story is now, what can I say, the best, probably one of the most successful and probably the best films that we will ever see. 30 years to this day. I cannot thank Pixar enough for this. And what can I say? Here's the 30 more years. For everyone here at Pixar, and especially for all longtime Toy Story fans. And
Oh. Are you frozen? I think he's frozen. Oh crap. Okay. I'm gonna ask him in the private chat. Or just he went silent,
well, don't know what else to say, but that is it for the Toy Story 10th Anniversary Edition DVD. I had a lot of talking here, and I don't know what else to say, but the article does sound very interesting. But even with the exception of me not knowing that about the Toy Story Ultimate Toy Box Collection until right now, even though I never owned it until I heard of it until now. And yes, I think the only thing I would have expected for Toy Story 2 or Toy Story DVD would be having some sound effects only on there. And I don't know if the Toy Story 2 DVD has sound effects only on there too. Um, let me see if that one has it too. I don't think. Um, maybe I don't. I'm not so sure. I mean, if I own Toy Story 2 on DVD and I put or maybe I put Toy Story 1 on DVD back on, maybe I would see. But if there isn't, I'll probably have to get a Ultimate Toy Box collection. But that's gonna be for another video because I think we should probably end it off. Jack, what's your thoughts on this 2-disc DVD of Toy Story you were talking about?
I really want it. You know, I never had it. I want it. I'm planning on buying it next month.
For me, I like this DVD, but after reading this article, I don't know if I want to get the Toy Story. If I want to get like extra sound, the extra special features that the audio talks about. Wait a minute. Disney Pixar's first ever DTS audio track. Maybe they're just talking about the actual movie or just sound effects only. I don't know. Maybe there's sound effects only. I don't know. But if there isn't, I'll just have to get the original DVD. But again, this DVD is fun, and the only thing I'm kind of hoping to get is the Toy Story 2 special edition. I've seen the trailer. I mean, I seen the trailer. I seen the trailer for this every single time I put the DVD up, and I think the special features are more fun, and I think the theatrical trailer for Cars is actually more fun to see. But I don't know the way I would describe. Even though I've heard about the sound effects only stuff, I would probably say it feels like ASMR. I don't know if it's just me, but hearing those sound effects feels like music to my ears. I don't know, but that's just me. But yeah, that's probably. I guess that's it. Again, I have not gone around to Toy Story on DVD for a very long time since I don't know. I put this up in 2023, and if I'm curious if there's actually sound effects only on this DVD or not, I'll have to see. But again, I'm hoping to get Toy Story 2. I mean, Toy Story 2 is very good. I have the 2010 DVD, but I kind of want to go back to the original because, 2000s is always the best area, if you know what I'm saying. And like think of like Cars or Incredibles or Finding Nemo or Monsters Inc. with those fully animated menu screens. They're always fun to see.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it, guys. We'll see you all next week, where we're gonna be reviewing Jim Henson's Labyrinth, not the VHS, not even the DVD. We're just gonna be reviewing the actual movie. Duke will probably have to rewatch it. I mean that doesn't sound so bad.
That doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Yeah, Duke will probably you would probably love to watch rewatch. You probably love to rewatch Labyrinth. All right.
That's true. I probably would agree. I would probably have to enjoy watching it the second time after watching it first.
Yeah, so that we can review it. So we can review it next week. But anyway, yeah, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Yeah.